Hey guys, welcome back to the channel. Today I'm going to be talking about Vechain and my market outlook, going over some very key levels of support and resistance and generally what I'm going to be expecting going into the next few weeks and months. So if you are new to the channel and you want to show some support, please do consider leaving a like and subscribing. So first, I do want to talk about how in the short term we have this pretty positive looking structure with a break above these moving averages. So the red moving average is the 20-day simple moving average, and the green moving average is the 21-day exponential moving average. So and these form a band, and basically what we've been doing is rejecting off of these moving averages for a very long time here, every few days just coming up, rejecting, and then forming lower lows. So we can see a pretty consistent trend here, holding resistance off of these moving averages. And in the short term, we've actually broken back above them and we're starting to flip them. So if we're starting to come back down, hold these as support in the event of a short-term correction, that's going to be a very positive sign that we flip these moving averages from resistance into support. And that's going to be a potential catalyst for maybe a move back up to this resistance area around 3.4 cents, and ultimately maybe starting to signal that this downtrend is starting to weaken. So in general, we do have these lows kind of forming off this 2 to 2.2 cent region as support. And this is a very, very key level. So if we scroll all the way back here, we can see this was a macro lower high in 2018. This was a very key rejection point. Again, another rejection point here in the summer of 2020, we had basically a pretty sharp rejection off this level with a 62% decline in just the following 3 months. So obviously a very important level, and actually we're starting to hold it as support. We're consolidating above this, so that is a great sign. We want to see that continue to hold. If we're starting to break below these, again, I keep stating if this happens, then we can expect this. If we're starting to break this support level, say Bitcoin is starting to have some weakness, drop back below $18,000 and drag the alts down with it, in that event, I would expect Vechain maybe to flip this into resistance, and then we would have to see, is it starting to hold? Are we starting to reject? And if then, we would start targeting some of these lower levels. But in the short term, it's looking a lot more positive. I think we're going to be seeing a move back up to this a general range high around 3.4 cents. We saw this as resistance back in June and May. We had basically these weeks of consolidation, holding this as sort of the range high. And if we go all the way back to January of 2021, we also saw how this was resistance all the way back in January. So we also had this flip, so we broke above it. If I zoom in here back to this time period, we had these rejections off this key level. We came above it, came back down, and then retested it as support. So it was a very defined and significant level. And again, I do expect that to hold as resistance in the event that we're starting to trend back up to this level. So ultimately, we're kind of range bound between this 2 to 3.4 cent region, and you really can't expect much until either this range high is taken out and we're starting to trend back above that, or this range low is taken down and we're starting to break below and continue this longer term downtrend. So ultimately, I think you got to give it some time for maybe some further consolidation, or maybe for a trend to develop in Bitcoin where we're starting to see altcoins have relief recoveries off the lows, but still kind of in these general ranges where they're not making significant ground, as opposed to some of the higher valuations they were previously at support. So in general, that's my market analysis and thoughts on Vechain. I hope you guys did enjoy. If you have any comments, suggestions, or feedback, please do leave those below. And as always, I will see you in the next one.